Hey, I'm back again to give another recap of my progress as far as Friday, or actually Saturday, because today is Sunday, but I'm having to go back because I was out of town on the weekend. So, again, I am Mary Guy. I am sharing my progress on my monthly goal, and I started this for the month of May 2025, where I enlisted some short set of goals to try to progress on, including the key important piece of reaching any goal, self-discipline. So self-discipline is what is titled on several of my videos. If this is your first video watching, there are many other videos for every single day, jotting down my progress on the goals, as well as entailing different tips, different ways in which I am maneuvering through, because my goal is to hold myself accountable and to look back on where I began and where I am, and always being able to assess and say that I have made some grand progress. And I am here to share that with you, being transparent and vulnerable. So I will be sharing, as I have on several other videos, different tidbits and experiences and stories to go along with me going over my progress on my goals. So stay tuned. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys today how I did on my May monthly goals, as well as there might be some tweaks that I've made on my goals. And then, since this is the weekend that I attended the wedding, I did share my wedding budget in the previous video. I want to go back to it and actually show you guys how I did on that budget. And then maybe there'll be something else at the end that I share. But again, stay tuned while I go over my May monthly goals. All right, so let's go to my goals. So here are my goals. My goal number one is to earn at least $2,000 from a supplementary income that I will very soon reveal to you guys. And I'm very close to reaching that goal. And I'll share with you how far I am on reaching the goal and whether it's a reasonable endeavor. Goal number two, pay off Chase credit card. It was a total of $1,384 at the beginning of this month. My goal is to wipe that all the way out. So by the end of this month, my goal is to have paid off the full amount of $1,384 on this particular bill that's on my budget list. Goal number three is to lose at least 10 pounds. My starting weight from April the 27th was 239. So then by the end of this month, I'm aiming to be a total of at most. So that means I would love to be lower if it's something that I'm able to reach. 229 pounds. So that's my goal for this month. That's not my end goal by any means as far as my weight. I definitely want to go even lower than that, but this is just a start. Goal number four is to start SQL course on Microsoft. I will share with you guys about that. Goal number five is to read, study, and meditate on discipline, because in order to reach any of these goals, I need to know about discipline. And then goal number six, I need to implement discipline. So those are my six goals for this month. Let's just jump right into my goal number one, which says I will earn at least $2,000 from my supplementary income. So week one, I actually earned $370. Week two, I've earned $369. And this is week three. I actually made some money Saturday, $72.35. Not still nearly as much as I would have wanted to earn. Those 2 days I thought I was going to be well over $400 for this week. I'm kind of shy of $36 and some change. But yet and still, that brings me to not really where I want it to be. I want it to be at 800. So then all I had to earn was at most $400 for the next 2 weeks. But as you can see, the remaining balance there is $886.93, which isn't so bad, but I wanted to do a little bit more. So just to kind of give a game plan of my following 2 weeks, I'm not going to be able to do anything to earn money today, tomorrow, until Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon. But I will have all of Saturday to earn. So my goal is to earn as much as I can pretty much at this point. So I'm going to try my best to earn as much of that $800 for this next week. And then actually the following week, I'll be able to earn money the full week as well. So that will push me hopefully above my goal. And so in the last video, I did share with you guys a chart on how well I have been doing as far as earning money for this particular supplementary income, because I do have some others. But you can see in January, I actually earned a total of $888.56. That's almost $1,000. And then the following months, even including this month, I've went ahead and, because I want to see where I'm at in comparison to where I have been in the past, kind of get myself in my mind that it's a reasonable and how far I have to go to reach. So all of those other months so far, I've earned above $1,000, and my goal is to get to 2,000. And actually, in the month of March, I was very close to $2,000. I earned a total of $1,862. So that's just a few $100 shy of 2,000. And so this month, I have 2 more weeks left. I have 2 more weeks left. So I would have to earn those $800 plus in order to reach this goal. But I do have 2 weeks where I'm actually able to earn money more than I have in the past weeks. If you can see on this chart, um, that first week was only 3 days. That was pretty good for 3 days. If you were to compare it to the following weeks where I actually spent more than 3 days, but that's because I had that full Saturday, and then Friday was actually a good Friday in comparison to the following days or the following Fridays, especially this past Friday. That wasn't a good show of what normally happens on the Friday. For whatever reason, I didn't earn as much as I would have thought I would have, because normally I earn well beyond $100, but that didn't happen. So that's just to give you an idea of where I'm at, or whether or not it's feasible. Pay off Chase credit card. Actually, today is the day. I've already made one payment that brought me down to $922.42. However, because of the weekend and because of having to regather myself and wanting to do better with regrouping where I'm at as far as my budget, and plus I get paid again on the 21st midnight, I would feel more, and I probably should put the 22nd because I get paid at midnight, but I probably won't do anything until the following day. I'm planning on, once I get paid and I rework my budget and my finances, I should be able to pay that remaining balance off, to just go ahead. So that's my game plan. I'm not paying another payment today. I'm going to actually wait until I get paid again and kind of seeing where I'm at with my finances to be able to pay um, the remaining amount of $922. So then I have this wiped clean off my slate, and I'll be moving on to my other budget task on my list. And this is what I shared in my first video of what I have. It's just like a standard budget. It just keeps track of where I'm at with reaching my goals. So I have that card, and I have another one. I only have one, two, three, four more like big top credit things that I want to get cleared out before the end of this year. And actually, out of those four remaining ones after this Chase card, actually two of them are like big purchases, like a parent loan, which I won't get that paid off if I stay on track until 2026 next year. And then I have my other vehicle that I purchased this past year in March. And so I have a payment on that as well. And I won't get done with that until the 2027 if all goes to plan. But by then, who knows what the changes will be, to where if I'm sticking to this self-discipline, I should be able to have more than enough to pay those off even faster, because a part of self-discipline is to do things like this last goal, earn supplementary income that's going to in turn be able to pay off these credit things, and then also with savings as well. Goal number 3, to lose at least 10 pounds. Currently, I have lost a total of 5.2 pounds, and tomorrow is the day that I weigh myself to share with you how I am, where I am on my projected plan to reach my goal. Start Sequel course, I actually started that on May the 4th. This goal pretty much I'm going to revamp on Monday. I've already put in a block time to work on this goal in my schedule at work. So then next week and the following week, I'm going to just see how I progress on this particular goal, which I'm trying to at least get through the whole course. But right now I'm stuck on that module one. So I had to regroup, readapt, and make up a different strategy and plan. Read, study, and meditate on discipline. First week, I kind of studied about the importance of self discipline. I'm sending a text, just trying to see where someone is and why it's important. So you could be smartest person or if you're ordinary, how do you become extraordinary? Work on self-discipline. You can go further than someone who is talented or smarter than you. So I know that I am talented and I know that I am smart. I don't want to hinder myself by not having self-discipline. And then last week, behavior, routine, and habits. I've been studying that and also implementing and changing some of my behaviors, routines, and habits so that it can build a stronger willpower and help me on becoming more successful with reaching my goals and reaching them and maintaining them in the future. Pay yourself first is something that I'm definitely going to be focusing on in my later videos. I will be sharing how I'm going to rebudget. I actually get paid again next week. So what I'm going to do is more than likely set out, work on a budget and try to do that. Pay yourself first, start a savings account and see how that grows over time. So paying yourself first is prioritizing saving before spending and not just using what you're left with after making your payments to put back and save. I want to actually save first. I want to actually save first and then use the remaining amount to budget my spending. Implement discipline in all areas of my life. First week, I shared how I implemented it in my mind by self care, job. I use a work log, and then finances. I'm budgeting more and more and tracking my spending. This week, I implemented discipline physically because I've implemented a regular gym routine. I practice healthy eating. I'm implementing to sticking to low carbs, low calorie, and high protein diet. Each day this week, I've taken walk breaks and went to the gym in the mornings. And there have been some mornings that I haven't been at the gym at the time that I would really want to be, which is 5 o'clock, but yet and still I didn't let that keep me from going to the gym. You'll be surprised at what you can do in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Even though it might seem like it's not my full 2 hours, I could still get me a high intense workout done in 30 minutes, depending on the exercises that I do. So it just pushes me harder to try some of those more intense workouts whenever I've kind of shorted myself on time. However, this week I am going to commit that I am going to do my best to get up at 5 and be there. I would say, 5:30, no later than 5:30 will be my goal for this week. Every day this week to get up and be there no later than 5:30. That gives me an hour and 30 minutes to do all types of activities in the gym. Recreation. Well, my activities, I actually had to take a day off of work and get some rest. So I took a day off. I figure that is like work life balance. Sometimes I have to assess how I am. I wouldn't be productive today if I didn't take a break. Breaks are needed. And so I did, was aware of myself and I went ahead and just took off. And then activities that I've engaged in relates to my 6 goals for this month. For example, the gym, earning secondary income, budgeting, thinking more about my finances, making plans. Secondary income within itself covers paying off my credit card and so forth. So, and then organization, I would consider myself to be an organized person. But just to kind of recap during this week, I definitely use my calendar on my phone that has saved me a lot as far as forgetting things. I even put on there about the weekend. And then I have some stuff coming up in June, which I need to put on my calendar. Or actually, I already have it on my calendar. I just have made a great habit of just putting it on my calendar. And I'm no longer like trying to remember the special days. I have it right here so I can have it and track it. So I put the wedding that I went to. I put the Mother's Day. Well, I didn't put. Well, I did. Well, I didn't put the Mother's Day weekend, or did I? And I just. Well, yeah, I put the massage for the Mother's Day weekend. We had a massage booked, so I didn't want to miss that. And then also tag the location. So then all I had to do was just click on it on my calendar. So using the calendar on my phone has been great. And then like you can even do reminders. I've done alarms, and on your calendar it'll automatically set it up to remind you as well. So I do have a lot of things, sometimes in the weekends I have several things going on and I don't want to miss it. So I put it on my calendar, and that has kept me very much organized. This is my calendar for most of mine. I don't put really work stuff on here. This is like my personal calendar. And then at work, I have a calendar. We use Outlook. So we have calendars where we set out our schedule and so forth. And I'm going to actually block out the time that I set out to do my education, my SQL, work on that SQL course. I'm going to block out on my work calendar that first hour of work, which would be 8:30 to 9:30 on the days. I think I only have one day that I have a 9 o'clock meeting. Every other meeting is late in the afternoon. So it doesn't conflict. So I'll just block that off so then hopefully no one will schedule anything around that time. And if they do, I can always readapt and adjust. And then I use work log. I use a Excel sheet to track my work log and show my progress on task over time at work. And I've also done better with reaching out to my teammates at work to assist with some of my assigned work tasks. Because if it's taking me 2-3 hours to do something, somebody probably already have the answer to it. Why not ask for their assistance? And the more you have to help you with whatever it is, the better. Because we're all working as a team. It's not a one person show. So that helps with my discipline as well. Next week, I'll talk about how I'm implementing my heart and soul. And I did want to share with you guys again my goals. And out of them, I've met 1 out of 6. The other ones will have to just be until I've done them all. Because losing 10 pounds, I haven't lost 10 pounds yet. I haven't paid off the credit card yet. I haven't earned $2,000 yet. I'm still in the progress of reading, studying, and meditating on discipline. That won't happen. That won't, be check marked off until the end of this month. And then implementing discipline in all areas of my life. So the wedding weekend budget. Let's see how that goes. So again, I had to get my hair done, which you can see in these past few videos. My hair is done. Again, I'm going back and recapping. I've recapped for the past few days to kind of get good progress on how I was as of that day. So I budgeted for $110 for hair, and I actually spent $126 because I added on how much I actually paid her, which was $105. She actually told me at $85, but I paid her $105 just for an extra tip. And then when I reserved my hair appointment, it's on an app that links to PayPal, and you got a $21 reservation fee. So altogether, I paid $126 for my hair. And so that just put me $16 over budget. No big deal. Gas, I budgeted for $50. I actually spent $49.47. So I guess I did well figuring out how much money the gas would cost. So that put me under 53 cents. For my dress, I actually budgeted $40 to spend, but I actually spent $15.99, which put me under $24.01. Same thing for the shoes. I actually found some nice line-ins with nice little sparkling rhinestones around the top and the sides, and it matched that dress pretty well. And I shared the dress on previous videos, the one titled Wedding Budget. I share what that dress looks like. So I actually went again under budget, so $24.01. And then I also just learning from Mother's Day weekend to try to help myself with not going over budget. A good idea that I came up with to kind of counteract that is always put an other category. So just in case there's some other expenses that come up as it relates to this particular budget, it won't cause me to go over budget because I've already budgeted for this set amount. So actually I budgeted for $50, but guess what? I didn't spend anything else. I only spent money on my hair, gas, dress, and shoes. However, even that's the whole point, is to possibly not have to use that other category. It's not to just have there to use, it's to have there to use if I need to. So really I saved $50 by not having to use that. So I budgeted for a total of $290, but I actually spent $207.45, which saved me $82.55 from what I originally budgeted for. So I'm glad that this time I actually held to my budget and I actually went under budget. Under budget. Saved myself almost $100. So that's it for this video. I will be doing another video, so stay tuned because I'm dropping them part by part. I'm having a recap. So today is Sunday, and I'm actually going to be weighing in and sharing where I'm at on that goal. So stay tuned and watch the next video. Bye.